When I say animal testing, I bet some of you picture needlessly poking, prodding, or injecting defenseless animals in nasty metal cages. Many people think that animals for research is torturous and cruel. I want to discuss with you why animal research is not only necessary for human advancement, but also how safe and regulated it is. In order to dismiss the misconceptions about animal research industry, it's important to know what is involved in animal research and how these advancements made to improve the lives of humans and the laws that are in place to protect the animals and the humans. Animals have been used all throughout the history of biomedical research. Even Aristotle and other Greek physicians and scientists performed experiments on live animals to help understand human anatomy and be able to compare animals and humans together. In the United States, animal research became incredibly important after citizens in 1937 were killed when a pharmaceutical company created a drug that had to help cure highly contagious bacterial infections that had a poisonous solvent in it. The doctor used raspberry flavoring to mask the scent and flavor of the poisonous solvent and marketed the product without any testing. Later, over 100 Americans died, and they traced it back to the medicine that was marketed by that doctor. A few other incidents like this one led to the passing of the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act that says before a drug is marketed, it must be tested on animals to prove that it will not hurt animals or humans. This is a controversial topic because animal experiments cause pain to animals in order to, and sometimes reduce their quality of life. The rise of animal rights groups and activists have caused controversy since the mid-1960s, especially in 2001 when a large debate erupted over a veterinarian at Ohio State that had a lab full of cats that he was testing for feline AIDS. He used these cats in order to study the symptoms of methamphetamines and how methamphetamines users deteriorated quicker when they had AIDS and methamphetamines in their system. The vet decided to end his academic career after animal rights activists sent him death threats. That's when the U.S. found out that animal rights activists could be detrimental to the biomedical research industry. Groups like People for Ethical Treatment of Animals, or PETA, have over 6.5 million members and have elaborate social media accounts. They show horrific Photoshop pictures on billboards of popular places to urge people to donate to causes that will eliminate animal testing, along with other animal industries that are necessary for human advancement. Seeing these things and hearing about it via social media greatly influences public opinion, especially the people in the 18 and 25-year-old demographic. Animal research is necessary for human advancement because researchers can use these animals to mimic human anatomy. Laboratory animals at the University of California at Los Angeles posted an article about all the advancements they had made on major diseases that kill millions of Americans each year. These breakthroughs help doctors find more treatments to breast cancer, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's, schizophrenia, and many more. There's a lot of misconceptions about animals and the way they are used. According to the American Physiological Society, animals that are used in research and many other researchers are from USDA licensed breeding farmers. So while you get the image that researchers abuse animals and because they don't get toys and soft, fluffy blankets in their housing places, the animals don't know any different, so that's not considered torturous. There's no way to get around the fact that animal research involves using experimental drugs and purposefully inducing medical problems onto otherwise healthy animals, but the measures taken to ensure comfort and health of the animals is prioritized. In the United States, the Animal Welfare Act established standards for the humane treatment and housing of animals in the labs. According to procon.org, the law incorporates 3 R's, which are for using animals humanely. The first R is replacement, so you replace animals wherever necessary or deemed recommended or using alternative research methods. Alternative research methods include growing human cells in vitro or other computer-stimulated models. The second R is for reduction or minimizing the use of animals whenever possible. And refinement, which is the third R, is reducing suffering and improving animals' life conditions. Although metal pens and cages inside buildings are not natural environments for these animals, it's necessary for a controlled environment that is needed for the research to be free of diseases and parasites that come in and out of the world. To help minimize the use of animals and end this ethnic controversy worldwide, we all play a part. On a large scale, researchers try and help to come up with similar synthetic models that will eliminate some aspects of animal testing. Cruelty Free International, an organization whose main goal is to take action to help animals that might suffer through the animal testing, states an article that has alternative methods of animal research and has grown in the research years. Researchers are starting to use human tissues, human cell growth, and human volunteers to partake in their studies. Another way to make sure that animals are being treated the proper way is to have more inspectors from the FDA continually make walkthroughs and checkups on the facilities involved. On a local scale, veterinary research hospitals and laboratories run studies constantly. So if you're against using animals for research, you could find the closest lab and volunteer yourself to be studied, or even look into organizations that donate to these hospitals and labs. I currently work at a veterinary research hospital in College Station, so I work with these animals myself. I see what goes on behind closed doors, and I hope to change people's minds, or at least alleviate the misconceptions that people have about this animal industry. Animal research is an essential part of our daily lives, and it's necessary to have everybody know the details before deciding that animal testing is not ethical. After today, I urge you to do your own research into animal rights groups that spread photos and articles around, and to make your own decisions that goes into these laboratories. Animal research isn't as torturous as people make it out to seem, and it's necessary for us to test our products and medicines to have the elaborate medical assistance that we have in this country.